the things that we would want to do is doing it from my perspective, so trying to collectively produce something that tells the story of what this class has been like for us.
There was things taught, things said, especially his favorite movie, Dune.
This is gonna be my office one day, and I'm just waiting for Michael. I'm just waiting for Johnny to get promoted so he can become head of the department, and then I can be the professor in the media arts.
Okay, great. So before we get started with our preparation for this artifact, I did want to just be a little confessional with you all and just share a little bit of the kind of things that I go through when I'm teaching a class like this.
I'm 5 minutes late again, and I know that attendance code ain't gonna work, is it, Johnny? I've got experience.
One of those things is I used to be completely on the comm side of the team, and just recently I've started my shift over to the media arts side of the team.
Sometimes I'll start a class, I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
And over on the comm side of the team, I've been teaching long enough to feel like I knew what I was doing. Over here on the media arts side of the team, this is only the second time I've taught this class. And I often feel like I just don't 100% know what's happening in the class.
Johnny just keeps throwing balls in my face, and he's expecting me to know how to juggle. I don't know how to juggle.
That's particularly true for this class, Comm 261, because I've only taught it twice, and the curriculum guides that we have are not so specific that it really gives me a clear idea of what we're supposed to achieve.
All right, D2. You know, Johnny's scheduling really helped me improve my time management skills, especially during my other classes.
Also, when you add in that this is a style of instruction known as challenge-based learning, I sometimes don't 100% know what's going to happen, because that's the nature of challenge-based learning, is that it is supposed to be student-led, student-directed, those kinds of things.
He said he felt bad for us and that this was going to be a terrible semester. He was right.
And I have never been a big Apple user. And so we integrate Apple products in the form of our iPad usage in the class too. So when I'm facing all of these uncertainties, it can make teaching a class like this scary.
God, I have to be on time for everything. Even if I'm a minute late, I'll get a 0.
But I can hear a little voice in my head sometimes that says, you tell your students all the time, be prepared to be unprepared. And so because of that, I'm trying to embrace that ethos that I share with my students. But before a class starts like this, I often fear, oh my goodness, this is going to be the worst class that students ever have. They're going to be miserable. They're not going to learn a single thing. It's going to be a disaster. It'll go down in their memory, not because it was good, but it'll be memorable because it was the worst class they ever took. And so,
This class has been a great big opportunity for trying new stuff, but trying with a deadline so like it actually happens.
I learned a lot about myself and how creative I could be. Thank you, Johnny, for teaching me how to be creative.
As assistant to the professor, we officially rocked this class. Would recommend 10 out of 10. We made great things, we learned great things, we had a great man leading us. I knew you were a good human when you said you picked other colleagues' brains just to get more insight for your students. You always encouraged learning for one another, and when teachers set the example by being the example, it's exactly what students need, in my opinion.
So we actually had multiple projects going on at the same time, and I actually felt overwhelmed at first, but Johnny gave me great feedback, and he made me feel comfortable and capable of creating all the projects I created. He actually helped me master the art of multitasking. I learned how to juggle. Not literally, but figuratively.
Having such hard deadlines from such a military man actually was really helpful for me. I have never actually turned in every assignment before the deadline before.